Welcome back, everybody. In today's video, I'm going to be dry aging this beef today, 45 days. I'm going to be using Umai dry aged bags. Hit pause on the video so you can read this. Hopefully it's clear enough. I've done this before. I've done 35 days. This is going to be 45 days. And I tell you, it's really worth it. It's hard to wait that long, but it's really worth it. This is Costco in Canadian dollars, so don't freak out. So first things first, we're going to wash this bag that it came in. Wash it really, really well. Clean your hands, clean the clean the worktop. Get everything nice and clean. You want to keep the meat as sterile as possible and transfer it into the Umai bag without exposing it to too much air or anything else. Not touching it, keeping it clean. Let's get started. Okay, soap and water. Give her a good wash down. Every nook and cranny of the bag. Flip it over. Everywhere you can get it. Give it a nice rinse so she's nice and clean. Bacteria free. Now we're going to bleed the bag. So we're going to cut it. We're going to drain it. Okay, I'm going to need two hands so you won't see this part. What? Okay, there wasn't too much. Just a little bit. There's some pockets. So just to shuffle the bag around, and while you're holding it, the meat will start falling out of the bag. That's a good sign to stop. And we'll get the other bag prepped. Now for a whole loin, you're going to want the big Umai bag. We're going to need the whole bag. Now we're going to roll the bag so our fingers aren't touching inside the bag. So we're going to roll it up so we can slide it over the meat. And then we're going to pull the bag off of the meat at the same time as sliding into this bag. It's a bit of a balancing act, but you don't want to touch the meat. Also, you don't want the meat to touch anything else. So by sliding this bag over top of that clean bag, we know it's going to be clean. The last 1 inch on this bag doesn't matter. You can get your fingers on there, it's fine. You're going to roll it like you would your cuffs and slide it on. Okay, I've slipped it on halfway. Super easy. Like I say, it's rolled like a cuff. The other bag is inside this bag. Now it's a matter of just grabbing this in and squeezing. The meat just wants to go. Look at that. It's already going. So, I'll be right back. Okay, let's try this. One-handed style. Oh, I got it. Okay, there we have it. Now you need your vacuum sealer. And it comes with these strips. These strips, this is not a real vacuum bag. It allows air and moisture out. Moisture mostly. Allows moisture out, but is not airtight. When you go to vacuum seal it, it's not about getting it sealed. It's about getting it to touch all of the meat. So essentially having it flat on the meat. As much as possible. You want as much contact between the meat and the bag as possible. And you can pinch corners, things like that, to try to get the most contact possible. So there, having a right-sized bag is key. If you have a smaller piece of meat, but you still have a large bag, you can fold the bag at that, point, so that your meat touches all of the bag as best as possible. So let's get this started. Okay, now when we seal this, we want to seal it only. We don't want to create a vacuum. We want to seal just 3/4 or so of the bag, and our umai strip will go in here and we'll suck through this. It'll also create a seal. So I like to keep my cuff, folded cuff, because these bags melt very, very easily. So having it a double bag like this will help it melt more consistently. Also, I like to double seal it just in case, because one seal is a little bit weak, so I usually double seal with 2 bands. Let's see if I can get that and show you. Okay, there's my double seal. I left this corner open, maybe about 1.5 inches or so. Perfect. Now I have to manipulate the bag and try to get as much air out as possible before I vacuum it. Now, when I vacuum it this time, I will turn, so I'm just vacuuming out that corner with the umai strip, or whatever this is called, in there like so. Okay, so that looks like it's sealed very well. We got almost all the air out. Remember, it's not really ultra important to get the air out. It's more about contact, the bag in contact. So it's got a single seal. Let's see how it turned out. That looks pretty good. I'm going to seal one more time, as usual. 2 seals. Double seal. Now this one, though, it's going to be sealed like so. Man, that looks like a good seal too. Looks like we have it sealed. Now, it's got to go on a rack. In order for this to work, there has to be airflow all the way around the bag. So we're going to slide this onto the rack, and we're going to put it in the fridge. Now, note, if there's a bone in here, you're going to want to protect the bag from that bone. So I have not had to do this, but I'm told paper towel, small pieces to put to protect the tips of the sharp sections of the bone, or you could file them, or anything to get them so they're not sharp. If they puncture this bag, then it's kind of wasted. The air will get in, and your meat could spoil. So be careful with bones. There we go. Now for the first few days of mine, I'm going to keep it fat cap up. This way I get maximum contact of the bag to the fat cap, because it's nice and flat. And I know the other side is touching the rack. So I know there's lots of contact there. So this is pretty ideal. It's contact pretty much everywhere. The corner is folded. Yeah, it's looking really good. So now's the time to set your reminder on your phone or in your calendar, or write it on the fridge, the day it went in and the day you expect to take it out. And there it is in the fridge. Now, I've had this door open, so the temperature in the fridge is not what it should be, but I keep track of it with thermometers in the fridge. So you're going to want to keep that at about 40, 42 degrees. Now, this video is not sponsored. I do this for the sheer joy of it. I paid my own money for the umai bags, the meat, everything you see. To help me out, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and enjoy. It's time to carve up the primal. I'll take the bag off now. I'm ready to carve it up. I put some little notches in where I'm going to cut my steaks, about 1.25 inches. That's about how I like it. So instead of taking all of the rind off now, I'm going to cut my steaks and then take the rind off. When I did it before, I did the other way. We'll see if this is any better. So here we go. Well, here's the end slice. Boy, that is tender. That is so tender. It really, I'm going to save a lot of this. You can put it into this, a little tougher up here. No, that's about the right amount to take off. A little bit too much taken off. Here's a bit of waste. This could be definitely eaten. Some of this is easily keep for burgers and such. So I'll carve that up. The fat is really good for that as well. So I'll keep, in fact, I'm going to keep all of this and find a use for it. It tastes so good. Wow, look at the deep, deep colors. Look at that. Oh, that is just so tender. Oh, very, very, very tender. Like, oh yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I am looking forward to it. So I got one really thick one here. This guy. That's a special occasion, that's for sure. So I got 10. Time to carve them up. I'm going to try to film this with and there you have it. 45-day-old dry age striploin. These are offcuts. I'm going to save them. Use them for ground beef. These beautifully tender morsels. Seasoned with salt, pepper, and garlic only. Going on the grill. Bon appetit.